If your marketing meetings just feel like a to-do list, or you're just going over what you did last week or last month, you aren't running a meeting, you're hosting a funeral for productivity. Steal this strategy for how we host really effective marketing meetings. A lot of the time, Alyssa, what people talk to us about is their marketing meetings being a waste of time.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just hate meetings in general, to be honest,
Yes.
because they can be really unproductive and be a time sap.
Yeah. And just like any other meeting, your marketing meeting should have a very clear agenda.
Yes, and a very clear output
Yes.
from the meeting.
Correct. And in terms of when you're looking at this, we refer to them as a WIP meeting because it's a works in progress. And these are actually pretty different to, strategic meetings, big picture.
Yeah.
But these WIP meetings are really about tracking how you are going along with not just your business as usual activities, but also your big rocks.
Yeah, so we like to treat our WIPs as an opportunity for the whole team to come together to share what is happening for each of our clients, what their big rocks are, and discuss any challenges or opportunities that might be there that we can look at as a team without going too deep, like you said, because we're there to be productive and quick.
Yes.
If that discussion needs to be deeper, that's a separate meeting.
And similarly, for businesses, when they're hosting their WIP marketing meetings, this is not about looking at the bigger picture. This is literally making sure that that strategy you have is being implemented. So we do the same thing with our clients.
Yeah.
Now, we did talk about big rocks, and this is not something that we came up with. It's from Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Yeah. And so the big rocks, the idea is that if you've got a jar and you're putting in you've got a whole bunch of things to put in, you have to start with the big rocks. And then you can do the pebbles, and then you can do the sand. Because if you do it in any other order, not everything's going to fit in.
Yeah,
and that's the same thing with your marketing.
Yeah, you don't want to stack your jar with the little bits and pieces that aren't actually going to move the needle for the business at all. You need to focus on the things that are the output that matter for sales, for leads, for, the things that...
What are your key objectives?
Exactly. Yeah, the business goals.
Yeah. And look, in marketing, it can also be easy to have your attention shift.
Very easy.
Yes, because there's always going to be new tools, new ideas, new concepts. And that's not to say you can't be nimble, but you want to be able to make a strategic decision as to, are you going to pursue this? Does it fit into your wider strategy and therefore you'll make time for it? Or are you actually shifting your big rocks out of the way and just bringing in something new? And then when you do have that strategic check-in at the 3-month mark or the 6-month mark, you go, hang on a sec, we've done a whole bunch of disparate little things, but we've not achieved the things that we wanted to achieve.
Yeah, and that WIP meeting, no matter the cadence, whether it's weekly, fortnightly, and no matter who it is with, whether it's with, the leaders of the business or the rest of the marketing team, it keeps you accountable to what you had agreed on so that you are checking in, reminding each other, or, discussing why things have changed so that everybody knows about it and you're clear on the reason and the next steps.
Because we know that things don't always happen how we planned.
Never.
Wish they did.
Yeah.
But it is going, all right, well, our big rock did shift. So that's the reason why we didn't get to this piece over here.
Yeah.
Or it is having a really honest moment of going, we got distracted.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Let's rein it in.
Yep. Our WIP meeting is telling us that it's time to bring it back in again and to actually, revise and go, well, what is now achievable in this time frame? And again, that time frame is up to you. Is it weekly? Is it monthly? Is it quarterly?
Yeah. And I guess to the flip side, if something's working really well and you had on the agenda to move on to something else, you can raise that and go, I think we should spend more time on this because it's actually generating a lot of leads for the business. So let's really ramp that up by new creative on our ads or, adding to the collateral that we're using so that you are optimizing, reading the room.
But it's a conscious decision, right? It's not just going off in another direction and then all of a sudden 3 months have passed and that beautiful strategy or plan you'd created is gathering dust.
And it's not done in isolation, which can cause a problem because you've got to try and convince people later why it was done. So
yeah, you don't want to have to be proving after the fact why you bought something in. If you're actually having those conversations, you'll have evidence from your meeting minutes as to why that happened.
Also, absolutely critical is to never walk out of the room with no idea who's doing what's being done. have clear next steps for whatever you've talked about and
Yeah.
have that noted so that
Yeah.
you're accountable to that as well.
Yeah, what's been decided, because in meetings you can have a lot of conversation
Yeah.
and it's great, you need to have it. But if at the end we're not clear on what the decision was, what the outcome was, and who's going to be actioning it, you've still actually not moved forward.
Nothing will happen.
Yes. So our hot tip is to structure those WIP meetings so you're really clear on what you're trying to achieve, how it relates back to the strategy, and who's got what actions. Steal this strategy.